Have questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Erik Fox.
And here is also Nick, who we got a black screen on the other side. So we'll wait for Nick to connect with us once again here for Pet Connection. You know, technology, it happens sometimes. So what's going on? It's Erik Fox from Energy 95.3. Every other Wednesday at 10 a.m. we connect up with the Kern County Animal Services. Get a chance to see what's going on with the pets in our community. I think we got Nick back with us. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Erik.
Let's go and jump into it because we got a very special guest with us on stage this morning, and that is Dalen. What can you tell us about Dalen?
Well, Dalen is, believe it or not, contrary to what he's showing right now, he's a high-energy, large breed dog. Dalen is still young. He's just a pup. In my mind, he's a pup. He's only 9 months old. Come here. Dalen is a big dog. He's 65 pounds now, and he's only 9 months old. So he's certainly going to fill out a little bit. You know, he might be pushing 80 pounds by the time he's full grown. But he's just a sweet dog, sweet boy. We all love him here at the shelter. He's very playful, just very, very sweet. You know, in our experience with him, he gets along with other dogs. Just a second ago, before we came online, he was playing with one of the staff's dogs. She has a small breed dog, and Dalen was super playful with her. But he's just one of those dogs that, because he's so big, you know, because he's got a characteristically large head for the type of breed people might think he is. He just doesn't get much attention, but his personality is just so gentle, so sweet, so loving. He's such a good boy, and he needs a home.
I think it's so important to point out. So, I mean, Dalen's had time to really spend time with other dogs, including smaller breed dogs, because that might be a concern for some people to bring like a big dog in when you already might have a small dog in your home. Dalen's like, cool, I can do whatever.
Yeah, and he's still young. You know, he's like I said, he's only about 9 months old, and all that means is that you know, he's got the brain to absorb. I mean, any dog has a brain to absorb some good redirection, but it's a good time to introduce him to a new family. A good time to introduce him to a kennel mate or kennel mates, plural, because he's gonna react well. You know, he's still young, so he's a perfect age to welcome into your home if you have other dogs, and just, you know, an awesome dog just with people. He loves everybody he comes into contact with, and he's like every other dog in the shelter. His adoption fees are waived right now. And he's going to come with a neuter and a microchip and a license and vaccinations and everything you need to be responsible.
And I can definitely attest before we went live, because it's like Murphy's Law. Whenever we go live here for Pet Connection, the dog's demeanor is different from what we were doing before we were live. His tail was wagging. He was definitely energetic. So he's a little chill right now. I think he's finding his happy spot right now. But his happy spot should not be in the shelter. It should be in a home, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's tough to convey. I mean, I'm sure if our viewers have been to our shelter, Kern County Animal Shelter, or have been to any other shelter, animal shelter, no matter the shelter, no matter the cost of building that shelter, no matter how elaborate the shelter is, it's still going to be a stressful environment for dogs. You know, it's hard to translate into our human cognition, but to be a dog and to be, you know, highly sensitive to smells and sounds, and to walk into a shelter and just imagine, you know, Dalen is housed in an area where there's at least 90 other dogs, if not more. And, you know, the vocalizing of the dogs when another dog walks through a kennel area with 90 other dogs in it, it gets very loud. You know, you can imagine the different scents and smells that they're experiencing. So it's a lot of anxiety, and it takes its toll, has its effect on every dog that comes into our shelter. Some are a little bit more hardy than others. Some can deal with it better than others. But that's why, you know, a dog like Dalen that thrives on interaction with other dogs and with people, that's why he's particularly would do really well in a home, because time in a shelter, has a negative toll the longer they're here.
And we're also talking about it before, in which there is some transition time for a dog that comes in from the shelter or from anywhere really, when they're getting used to the new environment, new home. So it's not like it's going to be a light switch as soon as they walk in the door of your home. That's who they're going to be. They got some time to really get accustomed to things, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's some formulas out there that you can do some research on that'll tell you about how long, or at least on a spectrum, how long it'll take a dog or a cat or any other animal that's introduced into your home, how long it'll take them to adjust to the new environment. Sometimes people say it's as much as 3 months, and it's a lot like any animal, human or otherwise, going through a traumatic experience. Shelter stay is a traumatic experience for a dog most times. And so any traumatic experience is going to take some time for you to readjust and decompress. And like I said, there's some people that say it could take a dog or a cat as much as 3 months to decompress from the shelter environment. Obviously, the longer they're in the shelter, the longer they might have to decompress. Sometimes they get used to the shelter environment and the behavior in shelter, and then they need to adjust to your home. But could be 3 days for them to behave normal. Could be as much as 3 months. So we always want to make sure people understand if you're adopting a shelter pet, their true behavior might not come out for quite some time.
Dalen is our guest today on the Energy 95.3 Pet Connection. Nick from Kern County Animal Services join us. Dalen is a 9-month-old male. Real fun dog, outgoing, energetic, full of love to give. And the number for Dalen is A117-5828. And like you said, all adoptions for the month of February are waived, right?
Yeah, all throughout the month of February, like you said, you hit it. All of our dogs, all of our cats are fee waived adoptions. There's obviously responsibility that comes along with it. But we're going to give you everything you need to start off your new family member on the right foot by providing for the spay and neuter, the vaccinations, the licensing, the microchip, everything needs to be responsible, but the costs are waived throughout the month of February. So if you want to check out Dalen, if you want to check out any of the other animals we have available for adoption, I mean, there's upwards of 300 animals in our shelter, so come out and see us.
And let's talk about another important thing going on this month, actually just a couple days away, and that is it is Kern County Animal Services night at the Condor game going on this Friday, right?
Well, thank you for bringing that up, Eric. Yeah, the Condors, the Bakersfield Condors, they're hugely supportive of animals and animal welfare, and they've been hugely supportive of Kern County Animal Services. I think the last several years in a row, maybe dating back to 4 years or so, we've been recognized at their Pet Awareness Night, and they've offered the same to us this year. It's a very generous offer. They give us a number of tickets to sell for our own donations, but we have 200 tickets for the community to come out and celebrate Pet Awareness Night at the Mechanics Bank Arena. The Bakersfield Condors game is this Friday, February 10th, I believe. The game is at 7 p.m. The tickets are just $10, and you can get them here from Kern County Animal Services. We'll be open from noon today until 7 p.m. And then Thursday from 8 to 5, Friday from 8 to 5. Come down, purchase a ticket, come out and celebrate the game with us. And we'll even have some adoptable pets, and that's this Friday.
And I know they're also doing a raffle out there as well for pet bowls in which the players have actually painted themselves. There's been actual postings. They have painted it themselves, so you can also put that raffle in. A lot of fun going on Friday night. Once again, how do people get tickets? Because they're not only getting tickets for an amazing game as they take on Ontario, but also a chance to help you guys out as well, right?
Yeah, it even gets more beneficial than that. So they can come out to the Kern County Animal Shelter and purchase tickets. Again, they're $10 a piece. The game is this Friday night, February 10th, at Mechanics Bank Arena at 7 p.m. But along with the purchase of a ticket, you get to vote in today's Shelter Dog Olympics, which is going to happen here in just a couple hours. I know it doesn't leave folks much time to purchase a ticket and submit their vote, but at noon on our Facebook, we're going to stream a Shelter Dog Olympics, and it's just what it sounds like. We're going to have a number of shelter pets that are participating in some performance games, and it's really just to shed light on some of the wonderful shelter pets we have. So come down real quick, get a ticket, and take a vote. And there's some cool prizes you could get if your dog wins.
And that's all going down at noon today. So make sure you stop by. Once again, people need to come by. Where are you guys located? All the hours, all the fun stuff like that. And a new dog is joined us.
3951. Yes, this is Abby. Abby is a staff member's dog, and this is who Dalen was playing with earlier, and they're playing now. Yes, so we're at 3951 Fruitvale Avenue. We're on Fruitvale, just north of Roseville Highway. Like I said, we'll be open from noon till 7 p.m. tonight, and then again tomorrow 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come out and see us.
We'll definitely be part of it. Dalen has now come alive. The tails are wagging. Who will wag faster? We'll find out. And the Olympics going on at noon today. And once again, stop by and get your tickets for Pet Night going on this Friday with the Kern Bakersfield Condors. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Speaking of Bakersfield Condors, if you're here on Energy 95.3's socials, 10:30. Normally we do it Thursdays, but today will be 10:30. Today we'll be connecting with Ryan Holt from the Bakersfield Condors. We'll talk more about the game on Friday. So if you're a hockey fanatic like me, we'll connect up and get all connected with that. But right now we got connections of Abby and Dalen. Who is going to wag the fastest? We'll find out in the big Olympics going on at noon today. Nick from Kern County Animal Services. And once again, let me put the information on before we wrap here. Dalen's been our guest today, whose tail is now wagging like crazy. A117-5828, 9-month-old male, ready to go home, going to be neutered, microchipped, all ready for you to welcome to your community. So thank you so much, Nick, for everything you do. We always appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate the support you guys give us.
Absolutely. We'll catch you next time with another edition of your Energy 95.3 Pet Connection with Kern County Animal Services. And, of course, Energy 95.3. We'll